400 hours, but I'm going to be above that. I'm going to start using some vacation time is what I'm going to have to do, but
Well, this is over the 400 hours.
this will be over the 400 hours.
And how many
But it
hours is-
says that you have up until your anniversary date to use them. And which would have been last Monday, a week ago today. And they've been coming off of my my time card up until this point. You know, had I known we were going to be having this conversation 3 months ago, I would have been burning them off.
Do we have a motion for that?
I mean, how many hours are we talking? I mean, what's the amount that's getting done?
I haven't done the latest figures, but the last I'd figured we were in the 38 or 39 hours.
Do we need to put that, just redo that contract?
I'd
Make
rather
that-
just have you reinstate my time and then I'll just use them off this month. And then I'll get it back down to the 400 where it says in the agreement, then we'll be done.
You see any problem with that?
No.
I don't see a
So-
problem with that.
They make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Reinstatement.
Reinstatement of his hours for,
There's that I have not been receiving because I was at the 400 hour mark.
reinstate the hours that he had or hasn't used that timely go up to the 400-hour mark.
Lynette can wordsmith it,
Yeah,
say the
I
right
was
thing.
like, can we add like for the early retirement or this is like a special deal?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We just
Yeah.
don't want to make a motion. It needs to be addressed that this is
Yeah, no, this
early
is
retirement. It's a special deal, one-time deal. We don't want.
yeah.
the way I see we're doing it this way, then we're getting away from the retirement. That's over here, we're over here. By doing it this way, this cleans it up.
I'll second whatever that motion's, whatever Lynette ends up writing out.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? We vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Thank
Motion
you.
approved.
Thank you very
Anything
much. I
else, Ed?
appreciate everything that you guys have done for me.
So now take some vacation.
Thanks, Dave.
Plan this week already.
There we go.
You're up, Dominic. You got anything for us?
I don't have anything this evening. Thank you.
Okay. Nikki, you have anything for us?
I assume everybody's noticed the wheelchair ramp, the handicap accessible ramp we had installed. Apparently J and B contractors got it done over the weekend. Handrails look awesome. I didn't notice it until today. I just got back to Kansas. I got a call from Sarah Roberts from the Country Cabin earlier this afternoon. They're requesting to park a food truck in front of Heartland Realty on the Jingle Mingle, December 8th, approximately 2:30 to 6:30. They want to park it on the east side with the serving side facing the sidewalk so people can come and get food. And I've already made contact with the eye doctor, Jim Shear's office, SBS Insurance and Kex RX. So they're aware. They didn't have any issues. So just so you know, there'll be parking, taking up a few parking stalls with a food truck for the Jingle Mingle on that day. We recently had flooring put in the lobby of the police department as part of our remodeling. This Thursday, we're supposed to get new flooring installed in the admin records area office. And then Friday, they're able to come in and put in flooring in the officer's room. So we're gonna get that done this week, hopefully, which will entail, we gotta do some demolition to take out the old stuff that was there when Evans was there. And put in, we're gonna get a new countertop. It's came into Carpet Plus. So it's gonna be a busy week at our office remodeling a lot of things. But just let you know, that's what's going on down there. And that's all I have right now, unless anybody has anything for me.
I would say those rails look nice.
They do. They
Those
look
rails
awesome.
were supposed to be done when they first put that in and it wasn't completed, but those rails do look
And
nice.
it's the original rails.
Yes.
Outside of some amendments Brad did to them, they amended it to make it fit. Painted it and does look good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maggie.
Lynette, do you have anything for us?
The only thing I have is to remind you that the exterminators are coming on Wednesday. So we're gonna have a lift going around the building, trying to start working on venting and getting ready for extracting our problem upstairs, so.
Thanks for the heads up, unlike the door being sealed off the other day. I was
I wouldn't think how that happened.
Kinda wanna-
People were calling me on my phone up. I was like, I don't know.
There's something happening there I don't know about.
Larry, do you have anything for us?
Yes, sir. A couple of things. Mickey just mentioned the jingle mingle and telling you about that sort of stuff. It seems to me that these are kinds of questions that he and the city administrator could work out together. And doesn't necessarily need the commission's approval to do those things. I think it's a good thing to have him to present as an FYI and that sort of thing. But I think those are the kinds of things that can speed up a meeting considerably by he and the new city administrator working those things out. And that's just a recommendation that I just picked up from the moment or two that I just saw. You know, in previous jobs that I've had, it was just an easy thing. You know, I saved somewhere 10-15 minutes worth of, chatter going on about different things. And that saves time for you to do other work. The next thing is, we've had a couple of meetings regarding the signal and the intersection and what to do with that. Today, we had a meeting with Mike Hageman, the area engineer for KDOT. Becky was here, and Becky was there, and I was there, and Brad was part of that meeting. And so we've got,
And Lonnie Moser as well.
right, because
Superintendent.
he's got a pretty good dog in the fight here in terms of safety at that intersection for turning movements and pedestrian movement and whatever. So there's going to be another meeting on that Friday that they'll be working on that. And then the last item, I just want to point out the work session that we're going to do in a little bit. We're going to do in here because I want to use the video process to show a little bit with the Excel spreadsheet that I'm working with in order to, get to the point of having rate adjustments described. So we'll go into that when I get there. That's all I have.
Brian, do you have anything?
Yeah, one of them was the streetlights. I don't know if it would help to add stop signs at all or anything. I know that there was somebody there on my way up here that was just sitting in the middle of the street when they had the yield. I don't know if stop signs would actually help.
That's
funny
one
you
of the
should
things
say
we
that.
talked about today.
I think I've just had some grumblings in the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks that we're not doing anything, and maybe would help.
That's the problem when you're working at KDOT. It's nothing goes fast.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting the same thing. I've had more people say, are you ever gonna fix the light? And it's like, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
We can't help it, but
right.
stop signs are definitely something that was suggested, at least until whatever is figured out, so.
Working on it. And then the other thing I have, there's been a lot of talk about with the election, the result of that, what's going to be happening. I've had several people that are interested in joining the commission here. So I'd just like to start thinking about how we're going to do this with clarity and transparency to the public, and give everybody their own shot. I know the school board does have people come up and give 3 minutes time of why they think they would be good for the board. I think that would be a good option for us to do. I know I was one of them that applied years ago, and there was no talk of anybody, any of the other people that applied. It was just a name was thrown out. It was passed 5-0, and that's it. And I don't think that's fair to the community. I don't think it's fair to the whole commission either. So I would just like us to start looking into doing it maybe like the school board, and giving everybody a fair shot at joining the team here. And for the record, I will still be here. I got 2 more years. So a lot of people have been confused by that. So basically what we'll be doing is just filling Becky's spot of 2 more years. So the next person will be filling Becky's spot. She'll be mayor, and they'll serve a 2-year term. But there's been a lot of confusion. I don't know if you've had questions about that, but a lot of people have been
Not really.
wondering what happens with that. So
I did have somebody ask me if I'm quitting my job now. Absolutely. I think I can make a living here. We can have a next discussion on raising the salary for.
it'd be a lot.
Anybody else have any comments related to that? I think it's good to solicit interested parties. I think in the past that people interested would submit a letter and with their either qualifications or their desires or whatever. And I guess we all can decide how we want to do this, but it needs to be done the way it sounds by January 9th. Well, I guess it's got to be done by January 15th, but January 9th is our meeting when we shift gears on.
The most awkward part about it is that all that discussion is going to be an open session. So that could get uncomfortable.
Guess it's part of the job.
Yeah, it's just something to think about.
School board handles it, so I'm sure we can too.
Well, we could, I guess if people send. We should allow people to send their requests into the city hall and. So they can,
I
Yeah.
actually received an email today for consideration. So I just really can't do anything until the vacancy was open, so I'm just holding off to it.
Do we normally put it in the paper? I mean, how are people supposed to know?
Each time, so about this commission. I know with the email that Andy sent out, kind of define what you guys want to do. It's up to your direction and tell me what to do, but I can take any recommendations if and we can figure out what to do from that point.
I mean, I think that any decision we make, we need to have Andy here as well, just to make sure we're, doing everything the right way. So, I mean, obviously, we're not getting anything decided tonight.
If you have anybody that's interested, I would say, you should have them email me or send a letter to me, so I can get it all centralized, and ready to go when we figure out what we're going to do. Is that fair?
anything else? Anything else, Brian?
Will you put out the names to all of us then, so we will know, or how? Okay.
I'm waiting for Andy's direction to make sure we're on the same page, but I just know it's going to be easier for them to send it to me instead of send it to each one of you.
Right.
And make sure you guys all have information together.
And do we have a date that we need them all by? I think that would be an important thing for people to know. A lot of people just don't, they got to think about it.
If we're running like any other meeting, if you like leaving the Wednesday before that, well, for that.
January,
9th.
the best time for that would be January 2nd. So you have the 3rd to put the agenda together and.
That's good. Anything else, Brian?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you.
We're close on the 2nd. But the 3rd would be great.
Okay, I don't have anything. Evans, do you have
I
anything?
don't have anything this evening.
Becky?
Nothing for me.
Okay. The next item is adjourned to the work session.
So moved.
Have a second?
A second.
A motion and a second to adjourn to the work session. We'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.